Snow White. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled amidst lush green valleys and majestic mountains, there lived a queen of remarkable beauty and grace. Her heart was filled with love and a deep longing for a child. One winter's day, as the snowflakes danced delicately from the heavens, the queen sat by the window, gazing at the winter wonderland outside. In that serene moment, a thought struck her, an enchanting wish that would change her life forever. With a determined gleam in her eyes, the queen took a golden needle and pricked her finger, letting 3 drops of crimson blood fall onto the pristine white snow that adorned the windowsill. As the drops touched the icy surface, she whispered her heartfelt desire into the wintry air. "Oh, how I wish for a daughter with skin as white as the snow, lips as red as the ruby, and hair as black as the ebony night," she softly murmured, her words carried away by the wind. Months passed, and the queen's wish was granted. She gave birth to a beautiful baby girl with the fairest skin, ruby red lips, and ebony black hair. They named her Snow White, a name befitting her ethereal beauty. The kingdom rejoiced at the arrival of the princess, their hopes and dreams embodied in her delicate form. But joy soon turned to sorrow when tragedy struck. The queen, consumed by an inexplicable illness, breathed her last breath, leaving the king heartbroken and Snow White motherless. The king, overwhelmed with grief, found solace in the arms of another woman, a queen of striking beauty, yet harboring a heart as dark as the deepest abyss. This new queen possessed a magical mirror, an oracle of truth. Every day, she would stand before it and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And the mirror, unable to lie, would reply, "You, my queen, are the fairest in the land." Years passed, and Snow White blossomed into a gentle and kind-hearted young lady, her radiance captivating all who beheld her. But the queen's envy grew like a venomous vine, intertwining with her soul, casting a dark shadow over her heart. One fateful day, as Snow White turned 16, the queen approached her magic mirror, eagerly awaiting the usual response. However, the mirror's words shattered her illusions. It uttered, "Snow White, beyond the mountains, with skin white as snow, is the fairest one you know." Enraged and consumed by jealousy, the queen's wickedness took hold. She summoned a huntsman, a man hardened by a life in the wilderness, and commanded him to take Snow White deep into the forest, never to return. The huntsman, moved by Snow White's innocence and beauty, found himself unable to carry out the queen's wicked bidding. Instead, he whispered words of caution to the princess, urging her to flee and find sanctuary amidst the enchanted forest. Lost and frightened, Snow White stumbled upon a small cottage nestled deep within the woods. The cottage belonged to 7 dwarfs. Doc, the wise and knowledgeable leader. Grumpy, the gruff yet good-hearted cynic. Happy, the eternally joyful soul. Sleepy, who found solace in slumber. Bashful, the timid and shy one. Sneezy, plagued by constant sneezes. And Dopey, the lovable and playful fool. The dwarfs, upon hearing Snow White's story, welcomed her with open hearts. They offered her their humble abode as a sanctuary, promising to protect her from the wicked queen's wrath. Snow White, grateful for their kindness, gladly accepted their shelter, her heart filled with warmth and gratitude. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Snow White and the dwarfs formed a deep bond. A family born not of blood but of love and compassion. Together, they sang, danced, and shared laughter, finding solace in each other's company. Meanwhile, the wicked queen, consumed by rage, hatched a plan to eliminate Snow White once and for all. She disguised herself as an old hag and ventured into the forest, armed with a poisoned apple, the embodiment of her malevolence. Finding Snow White alone, the queen approached her with a wicked smile and offered the poisoned apple as a gesture of reconciliation. Unaware of the danger, Snow White bit into the fruit, and its cursed poison coursed through her veins, casting her into an eternal slumber. Heartbroken and devastated, the dwarfs wept for their beloved princess. They crafted a crystal coffin and laid Snow White's lifeless body within it, unwilling to let go of her beauty and grace. Day and night, they stood vigil, their tears glistening like diamonds. As fate would have it, news of Snow White's plight reached the ears of a noble prince, a gallant and kind-hearted soul. Overwhelmed by a deep longing to see the princess, the prince embarked on a perilous journey through the treacherous forest, guided by a glimmer of hope and love. When he arrived at the dwarf's cottage and beheld Snow White's lifeless form, he was captivated by her enchanting beauty. With tender reverence, he bent down and kissed her lips, breaking the curse that had held her captive. As if stirred from a deep slumber, Snow White opened her eyes, and her beauty radiated like never before. The prince, awe-struck by her awakening, declared his love for her, vowing to protect her for all eternity. News of their miraculous reunion spread like wildfire, and the kingdom rejoiced, celebrating the triumph of love over evil. The dwarfs, now cherished members of the royal court, added warmth and humor to the kingdom, their loyalty and bravery praised by all. And so, Snow White and the prince ruled their kingdom with love and compassion, bringing prosperity to their subjects. The enchanted forest thrived under their care, its magical creatures finding solace and protection within its boundaries. The tale of Snow White's triumph over evil and her enduring love with the prince spread far and wide, inspiring generations to believe in the power of goodness, true love, and the unwavering spirit of a pure-hearted princess. It became a timeless reminder that darkness can be overcome by light, and that love has the power to conquer all. As the stars twinkled above, children drifted off to sleep, dreaming of a world where kindness prevailed, where princesses were brave, and where happily ever afters were possible for all. And in their dreams, they would journey with Snow White through enchanted forests, singing with the dwarfs and believing in the magic that dwelled within their hearts.